So what preparation work is required prior to Alpha Connection?
Well, data plays a really important part of the Pensions Dashboard programme. Making sure that you have the right data in place, that it's present, accurate, and also available digitally to be provided and pushed to the Pensions Dashboard programme. So at ITM, we've been working on data management for years and feel uniquely positioned to help with the challenges that Pensions Dashboard programme produces.
I think on from that, you've got the obvious one, which is testing. We've been going through a lot of testing at the minute, a lot of internal testing as well. That's before we've even hit the programme, to make sure that our product is standing up to what we expect it to be in line with the standards and the regulations. So there's a lot to do there. And I think it's also really nice to see, because we've had a lot of client engagement. So we're testing the water with our clients at the moment to make sure that our understanding is correct and what we think is important for our prospect clients and anyone that's going to buy the ISP.
What do you feel worked well in terms of your preparation?
Having the expertise of both ITM and Altus was a massive leverage into getting the understanding into the system and making sure that our solution wasn't just sole purpose for connecting or sole purpose for dealing with data management. We've been able to define a system that's covering all bases, I suppose, from the operational support in the ERI engines that we're looking at the moment, right the way through to the data management piece and meeting all of the standards that we need to comply with. I think on top of that, the engagement with customers to get real life examples and real life issues that they're facing, not only with maybe it hasn't been covered in the regulations or it's not quite clear in the regulations how it's going to be impacted, how they're going to be impacted, but also for us to take away around, like I was saying, with the additional modules and what they need, as well as just connecting and complying with the regulations. And then the support from the programme, I think, is probably another one in what we've been doing with them. So.
No, absolutely. Having a good working relationship with Pensions Dashboard programme has meant that we've been able to raise things quite quickly and arrange ad hoc meetings around the scheduled meetings as well, where it's been necessary.
So what advice would you give to other data providers as they prepare to connect to dashboards?
I think don't underestimate the job at hand. I think to be expected, again, as we said earlier, I think as you're going through that initial stage, you're going to have some teething problems. And I think, yes, while we've been in a good position and we potentially absorb some of those initial teething problems that people would face to make it a bit more of a seamless and a better process, the more and more people become onboarding onto the ecosystem and start testing it, there is that potential that you're going to sort of unearth a few bigger problems, I suppose, that are going to need time and require to fix.
So what are your organisation's hopes for the future of pensions dashboards, having been through this process so far?
So I think there are a couple of hopes for the future. One is making sure that the pensions industry becomes more digital, automated, but also provides a really good saver experience.
Yeah, it's taken them forward. I think, again, we're all aware that the pension industry isn't very digitally advanced at the moment, so it'll be good to sort of get that out there. And I think getting people more engaged with financial services, with their pensions, with their savings, I think just more generally, and how that could then lead on and develop into are we going to find a solution to resolve small pots?
Absolutely.
Little things like that, I think, could just make a massive difference to the overall pension industry.
So I think that wraps up what we're talking about today. It's been a pleasure to speak to you. Thank you both very much for coming in.
No, thank you. You're very welcome. We're huge supporters of the programme, and thanks for taking the time to talk to us both.
Yeah, thanks very much, Chris. I'm really looking forward to working with you again in the future as the programme develops.